A very warm good morning to all of you students. Today I welcome you for today's topic. Today we are going to learn from same lesson, that is nationalism in India. The third topic we are going to learn today. In our last class we learned the second topic, differing strands within the movement. We learned in that topic the countryside, how the people understood the Swaraj, and in the towns who supported the non-cooperation movement, and also Swaraj in the plantations. And we stopped our topic with the date, that is 4th February 1922. Now when we speak about 4th February 1922, it should click our mind, that is the incident that took place, the place called Chauri Chaura. The peaceful procession was going on and the British opened fire, and as a result Indians reacted and set fire on the police station. As a result 11 policemen were killed, and when it took place Mahatma Gandhi called off the non-cooperation movement. Today we continue from there. Now why did Mahatma Gandhi call off the non-cooperation movement? Because he realized that the satyagrahis, that the Indians who are fighting for the truth, they should be trained. More training is necessary for the mass struggles, mass movement. Therefore Mahatma Gandhi called off the movement. Now when Mahatma Gandhi called off the movement, what happened within the Congress? That is what we have to learn under this topic. Now within the Congress, some of them wanted to contest the council elections. Why do they wanted to council elections? Because when they contest council election, they will be within the council and they can oppose the Britishers. That is what they understood. Now among these there were two persons Congress, that is Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das. These are the two persons who formed a separate party. And what is the name of that party? That is called Swaraj Party. Now who formed the Swaraj Party? It is Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das. They both came together and formed the party. Why did they form this party? Because they wanted to contest the council election that is going to take place. According to the Government India Act 1919, there was provision that the Indian could contest the election. Therefore, they wanted to contest election, and within the council, they wanted to oppose the Britishers. The intention was to oppose the Britishers more different way. That is what. Then again we see, that is Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose. They wanted the movement should be more radical. They want to agitate to the British government more radical way, not the way that is going on. They wanted to become more radical. And now this is the stand of the Congress. Okay, within the Congress, some wanted to contest the election and they formed the new party. And like leader like Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose, they wanted to make the movement more radical. Okay, now when this is going on, in your book they have given a paragraph speaking about the economic crisis. Now when you speak about the year 1926 to 1930, worldwide economic depression took place. Now what is this economic depression? When we speak about economic depression, the produce, the crops were abundant, therefore the demand in the market came down. When demand in the market came down, what happened? The Indian farmers could not sell their crops within the country as well as they could not export outside the country. So when this happened, the situation of India was very depressing, that the people did not get any income and the lifestyle of the people in the countryside was very sad situation it was. Okay, now that is the situation when it took place. The government in the Britain, they sent a commission to India. Tory government in Britain, they decided to send a commission to India to study the situation of India and to suggest some changes for India. Therefore, the Simon Commission came to India. Now, why do we call it as Simon Commission? The leader, one who was leader of this commission was Sir John Simon. Therefore, it is called Simon Commission. Now, why did this Simon Commission came to India? To study the situations of India, because already there is agitation is going on, protest is going on. They were protesting against the British government. So, they wanted to change, whether constitutional change, or they wanted to study the situation and suggest for some different way of ruling. Therefore, they came to India. When they came to India, what happened? The people were not happy. Why people were not happy with this Simon Commission? First reason is there were 7 members of this commission, not even one member from the Indian side. There were no Indian in the commission. Therefore, the people were not happy with this commission and they didn't want that this commission come to India. Therefore, in 1926 when it came to India, what happened? People were protesting against this government with the slogan, "Go back Simon." They didn't want that the Simon Commission come to India. Therefore, they protested against this commission. Now, when these protests is going on, all the Indians together they protested, whether it is Congress, whether it is Muslim League, whether it is other citizens of the country, all were united together and they protested against this Simon Commission. When they protested against this Simon Commission, the people, the Viceroy who was ruling in India, Irwin, now what did he do? He told the Indians that India will be given a dominion status. When we speak about dominion status, to some extent they will give some freedom, but then when they will give this freedom and till what time this freedom will be given to India, nothing was clear. So, when people, Mahatma Gandhi and others, when they heard this, that is dominion status will be granted, and second thing what they told is that there will be a round table conference and there they will discuss about the Indian matters. Now, Mahatma Gandhi and other leaders were not at all happy with this. So, what did they do? They started to continue to protest against the British government, and there took place, that is Congress, they had a meeting in Lahore. They had a meeting. In the Lahore session, what did they decide? Under the leadership of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, they decided, that is Purna Swaraj. They wanted not dominion status, just to have freedom, and when, to what extent, nothing was clear. So, they wanted Purna Swaraj. Purna Swaraj means complete freedom. Now, they demanded for complete freedom, and in this session, that is Lahore session 1929 December it took place, and in this session they decided that they will celebrate 26th January as Independence Day. That is 1930, 26th January they will celebrate as Independence Day, they decided. And when they decided this, and when 26th January 1930 came, they did celebrate that day as Independence Day, protesting against the Britishers. And when this celebration took place, what is the disappointing thing? One thing that happened is the response of people were little poor. People did not support this celebration in large number. So, Mahatma Gandhi decided to unite all the people, all walks of people. He wanted to unite to protest against the struggle of the Britishers. So, what did he do? After this session, he started the topic, that is Salt March. Now, what is the background of this Salt March? We should know. Now, celebration, Independence Day celebration 1930 initiative over and there less response from the people side, and Mahatma Gandhi wanted to unite the people together to fight against the Britishers. So he wrote a letter to the viceroy who was in India, that is Irvin. To him he wrote a letter. In that letter there were 11 points were written down. 11 points. What are these 11 points? These 11 points were the concern of the Indians, like the farmers, the industrialists, whatever their problem. All those problem was written in these 11 points. And very important point in this 11 points is that is to abolish the tax of salt. Abolish the salt tax. So that was very important. Now why did Mahatma Gandhi take this as a medium to unite the people? Because the salt is the powerful medium which can unite the people. That is what Mahatma Gandhi realized. Why he took this? Because it is an essential commodity which everyone uses, whether it is rich, whether it is poor, it is needed for all the people. When he took this medium, then all the people were united. Therefore, he took the abolition of the salt tax. So this is the background, and Mahatma Gandhi used this powerful medium to unite the people. Now he put an ultimatum to the British government. By this date, if there was no negotiation, then he will start the Dandi March. So from the Lord Irvin, who was the viceroy in India, he did not have any agreement with this. He denied all the points that Mahatma Gandhi was written. So Mahatma Gandhi started, that is April 1930, he will start this march. He has told the march. Then he started this movement, Dandi March. Now we need to know very clearly about this Dandi March, from where it started, from where it ended, what happened in between, all those things we need to know very clearly. Now Mahatma Gandhi started this Dandi March from his ashram, that is Sabarmati Ashram, Gujarat, and this march ended the coastal place called Dandi in Gujarat. Now between Sabarmati Ashram and the Dandi, the coastal place, it is 240 kilometers. Now 240 kilometers Mahatma Gandhi walked, and when he started this march from Sabarmati Ashram, there were 78 persons who accompanied him, and on the way there were so many who supported him, and he reached the coastal place, that is Dandi, after 24 days, that is 240 miles, covering up of 10 kilometers on 24 days. And when he reached there, what did he do? He started to take the sea water and he started to boil the water and make salt out of it. Dandi March, 78 members I have written here, and 240 miles and 24 days. And when did he reach that place? He reached there on April 6th. When he reached April 6th, then he not only non-cooperation movement was there, but he broke the law of the Britishers. Now by breaking the law of the Britishers, how did he break the law of the Britishers? Because only British had monopoly over making of the salt. Now what did Mahatma Gandhi do? Mahatma Gandhi himself made the salt. So he broke the law of the Britishers. Now when Mahatma Gandhi broke the law of the Britishers, all over India, in many places, people did the same to break the law of the Britishers. Now when we speak about 1922, the way how the people reacted to the Britishers, same way also they reacted now on 1930 also. Now there were people who boycotted the foreign goods, there were people who boycotted the liquor shops, and there were people who refused to pay the taxes to the Britishers, and there were people who broke the law of the forest law. There were forest law in different places. And everywhere people started to break the law of the Britishers. When this law of the Britishers was broken and people came out in large number to protest against the Britishers. Now what did the Britishers do? Britishers saw that India, all the Indians were out in protest together, and to control and to suppress this protest, what did they do? They started to fire the people, they started to kill the people, and they started to put the people in the prison. So in this clash between the Indians and the Britishers, what happened? They took one of the faithful disciple of Mahatma Gandhi, that is Abdul Ghaffar Khan. They took him and put him in the prison. And when they took him and put him in the prison, what happened? People were not happy. And in the place called Peshawar, people came out in large number and protested. And all the people who were protested from the British side, there were attack. And in this attack, many people were killed. And after a month, even Mahatma Gandhi was arrested, and he also was put inside the prison. And when this took place, the industrial also came out. All the people who were rich, they also came out in support of this protest, and they protested against the Britishers. And in this clash, many of the Indians had to die, and many of the Indians were put inside the jail. And around 1 lakh people were taken inside the jail. Now when this was going on, Mahatma Gandhi was inside the jail, and there are a lot of violence. Then what did Mahatma Gandhi decide? Mahatma Gandhi decided to go in pact with the Britishers. Now that is called Gandhi-Irvine Pact. Okay, the situation is full of violence, many Indians were killed, and Mahatma Gandhi could not see the situation is going on such. So he went an agreement with the Britishers. Now what is that agreement with the Britishers? That is Gandhi-Irvine Pact, 5th March 1931. Now according to this Gandhi-Irvine Pact, Mahatma Gandhi agreed to participate in the second round table conference. First round table conference Mahatma Gandhi denied, that was after the Simon Commission. But second round table conference Mahatma Gandhi agreed to participate. So Mahatma Gandhi went to London to participate in the round table conference. Now what agreement they made? He will participate in the round table conference. As a result, what the Britishers do? Britishers should release all the prisoners. Many of the Indians were inside the prison. So he made an agreement with the Britishers. I will participate in the round table conference. In result, what you have to do? You have to release all the prisoners. So he went. But when he went there, participated in the round table conference, there he was dissatisfied. Whatever discussion took place, it was not to the satisfaction of the Mahatma Gandhi. So he returned back to India. When he returned back to India, he saw the situation in India something different. First of all, what did the Britishers do? Britishers caught Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru as well as Abdul Ghaffar Khan, all were inside the prison. Second thing, Britishers proclaimed that Congress is illegal. They will not accept the Congress demand because they proclaimed it as illegal. And also they had some measures to stop the protest and the demonstration and the people coming together for the movements. These all were some measures, and British had taken an action and they had stopped all these. When Mahatma Gandhi came back and saw all these things in India, what did he do? He became not happy and he was saddened, and he relaunched the civil disobedience movement. He called off the civil disobedience movement because of these violence and these killings, all those things. He went to Britain and came back from the Britain after the round table conference. Again he saw the situations of India. It was not to the satisfaction of the Mahatma Gandhi, and it was nowhere to get freedom for Indians. Therefore, he decided to relaunch the civil disobedience movement. Now, this is topic. Now, when we speak about this civil disobedience movement, the difference between non-cooperation movement and the civil disobedience movement you should keep in your mind. Non-cooperation movement, not cooperating with the Britishers, and civil disobedience movement, with non-cooperation, breaking the law of the Britishers. That is what civil disobedience movement, and these points you should know in this topic. That is Swaraj Party, started by whom? Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das, and others who were the radical, that is Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose. They wanted to make the agitation more to protest against the Britishers. Then you should know about the Simon Commission. It came to India under the leadership of Simon. Therefore, it is called Simon Commission. And there were no Indians in this commission. There were people not happy, and they gave the slogan, "Go back Simon." And next one is about Lahore session. You should be. In the Lahore session, they had taken the Purna Swaraj decision, and for that they started to fight against. Then Salt March, civil disobedience movement. Mahatma Gandhi under the background of 11 points, and there were no response from the Irvin side, and he started the Salt March. And how many people? You can see very clearly here written, it is 78 members, 240 miles and 24 days. April 26th, Mahatma Gandhi broke the law of the Salt law. And last one is Gandhi-Irvin Pact. This is very important. Gandhi agreed to participate in the round table conference. Okay student, read this topic, you will understand very clearly. Thank you.